12 of Tomb of Annihilation, the Saturday group. And as ever, Alwyn has been good enough to get us a recap of last time. So, without further ado, I will play that.
Last time on Tomb of Annihilation, the Silver Sashes fight off wave after wave of undead. To get to the tomb of Neala, the cursed tribeswoman has been the driving force behind the undead menace that besets Camp Vengeance. After finally breaching the tomb, they confront Neala in her foul lair and manage to defeat her, but at a terrible cost. Xander falls victim to Neala's fell magic, and the Silver Sashes must race against time to save his life before necrotic worms burrow their way to his heart and turn him into a creature of darkness. It's only thanks to Xanix's link to the divine that Xander can cling to life. Can our heroes make it back to Camp Vengeance alive? Will peace return to this part of the jungle now that this evil has been dealt with? And will Xander have to get dewormed? Come, find out next time on Tomb of Annihilation.
That's awesome. I do really love those. I'll have to, I think you get them from Fiverr, don't you, somewhere? Oh, really well done. I'll have to give a shout out to the guy who does them, or whatever. Not that anyone watches the stream, but I suppose we should do, because they are done really well. Paul Orr, is it? Okay, cool. So thank you, Paul Orr. I'll have to have a look and at his stuff, and perhaps get some more things done by him, because they are rather good. So, as he said, last time you managed to defeat Neala in her tomb. Poor Xander got beaten up and infected by worms, but you managed to save him, to deworm him, and you find yourself now back in the jungle. You managed to get a place fairly nearby that was camp worthy. I think, did I give you a long rest?
Yeah, I think we had a long rest.
Yes, you're all looking quite healthy, so I presume you are. Just Xander's down to 5. Yes, that's right, because the only one who didn't recover was Xander, wasn't it? And you managed to heal him up after. So, let's have a look at the calendar. I believe, if the calendar's correct, it's 7 AM on the third day, the 13th of Alturiak. And you're alive. You've defeated the menace of Neala. Did I give you exp? I gave you exp, didn't I?
Think so.
So, what do you want to do, folks? Take it away.
Alright, let's head back to camp.
Yeah, head back.
Okay, so if I'd like a survival roll from your guide. Let's find her. And if someone could make me a d20 roll, please. I'll just have the 1 for an encounter, so you just want low if you want to avoid an encounter. Well, that's pretty low. Nice one, Mac. Alright, so you managed to travel hard the rest of the day, and you found your way back fairly easily, because you sort of follow your tracks that you left when you were coming here. And you managed to return to Camp Vengeance in the evening.
Now we can walk in there like heroes. Did you bring her head or something to prove that we killed her?
She turned to dust, as I remember right.
Yes,
Yeah, we
but
don't really have
like the clothes or something as a proof.
I think, did I give you some loot as well?
You
You
got
did
a lot
get-
of money, I remember.
Ah, yes, because you might be a little encumbered, I believe, some of you perhaps.
Yeah, we got a bunch of gems.
Alright, so as you come out of the darkness, because it will be evening, as you reach the camp, you'll hear a voice shout down from the top of the palisade. Who goes there? And then there's a pause, and they go, "Oh, it's you! You've returned. Did you get her?"
The Silver Sash has succeeded, once again.
Hear that, lads? Noala's dead. Noala's dead. The news spreads really quickly around the camp, and you hear cheers going up from various places in the camp. The blocking bolt on the door gets lifted, and you are welcomed inside by a smiling Pern. Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back. I'm so pleased to see you safe. And 1, 2, 3, 4. You're all alive. Splendid. You must tell me what happened.
Well, it was a little bit tricky, but we managed to slay the mummy.
Well done. Well done. If all the rumours are true, she was causing us much distress here, guiding the otherwise mindless undead in the region. So hopefully it should be easier for us to establish the base now. And then her face darkens a little, and she says, "I have made some preparations for what we should do with Commander Niles. I wonder, would you mind accompanying me to his tent?"
Sure, let's go.
So if you remember, I know it's been quite a while since you were last here, but Commander Niles' breakbone was suffering somewhat from the trauma of his command here and the many setbacks the Order of the Gauntlets had since they've been in the jungle, and has been making some. He's not been himself, not been making the best decisions. So Pern would like to try and relieve him of the command. While you've been away, she has been sowing the seeds within the troops here, and she will say to you, "I think I have the support of the majority of the troops here, though I'm sure some still remain loyal to Niles."
Is there anyone specific we need to look out for?
Yes. The other commander here. His name.
So if we do this, there probably will be combat, I guess.
Ord Firebeard. He is the military commander here. My counterpart. He has. Well, when I spoke to him, he has some sympathy that Niles is perhaps not himself. He is reluctant to go outside of his chain of command. I do hope we can convince Niles to voluntarily relinquish his command.
Do you think he'll put up a fight to resist us?
I don't know.
Are
I
there
hope
no
not.
procedures for this?
Oh, pardon, I'm sorry.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, yes. Welcome
Yes.
back.
Bloody hell. Okay, so I tried a different USB port.
Yay.
Are there no procedures for this?
Yes, it would usually require both of the both of the seconds, myself and Ord, to both be in agreement on this matter. However, Niles could voluntarily relinquish the command, and that's what I would like to ask him to do.
Well, I guess there's no point holding it back.
You should
We
probably
can try
talk to.
to convince him.
Yeah.
Alright, so I shall place them both on the map. And Pern will be with you. As you make me a perception roll as you move across towards the tent. Yeah, Mac, you'll spot Ord, a short troll slayer looking like dwarf. Across the way, he clocks you. He is looking at you as you make your way into the command tent, and he looks sort of suspiciously at you as you head in.
I make my most winning smile as we approach him.
Okay. So as you enter the command tent, oh sorry, there's some soldiers outside. I'll just put them on the map. We might need those.
I'll ask Byrne about the little troll slayer and ask her if he doesn't like us.
I also asked her if he knows what we're going to try and do, if she actually told him our plan.
I have spoken to him about his feelings on the matter, so I haven't told him directly the plan, but he is aware that I might approach Niles and ask him to relinquish his command.
The only one I'm seeing is Niles. Where's the other person?
Let's put him on. Okay, so here's the camp.
Why are they all mad?
Probably you.
I'm not the guy with the worms.
So Ord, the guy you're interested in, is up there. There's a couple of veteran-looking guards who are standing just outside Niles' tent, and there are a lot of other people milling around the camp here.
I say we go talk with old Ord. Dwarves love me.
Or we can roll us back a little bit if you want to speak to Ord beforehand. So
What do you
just,
guys think?
That if we do that, he might actually attack before we ask Niles to relinquish command.
Yeah, if we tell him we're going to go and ask him to relinquish command, he might just go out, try to attack us.
Maybe it's just better to confront Niles, and afterward we get to talk with Ord anyway.
Talk, fight.
Yeah, but if we tell him we will basically undermine his camp, I think he'll be more angry.
If you think you can convince him.
We are doing this for the good of the camp. I mean, these guys are literally milling around in their own excrement, so by now, perhaps they'd be willing to see reason. We're the
Yeah,
good guys here, Ord.
and there's also the plan that
What one?
you might want to do.
What plan?
The plan.
The silver sashes chain?
I could make him see the mummy and start attacking random people, so everybody will say he's unfit and send him on his way.
That would be evil.
No, it's the best possible solution because there won't be a fight.
There will be a fight. They'll fight each other.
Yeah, look at how many people are in this camp. If we get them against us, it'll be a rather quick and resounding loss for us, I think.
Half of them is on our side on this, thanks to her.
P lady.
Yeah, now, but if we start futzing around with his mental health, things may turn around.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, no implanting images on these guys.
Yeah, these guys are basically fanatics, but on the side of good.
This is true.
Okay.
So you want to try and talk to Ord? Think you can convince him?
Whichever one you prefer.
I would prefer just confronting Niles now, and then talk to Orda once he's gonna go and check why everyone's fighting inside the tent.
I bet Sander has like a wicked high persuasion skill.
I do.
Let's use it.
On whom?
First on Ord and then on Niles. Please don't roll a 1.
Okay. Everybody in favor?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
He never rolls a 1. Okay, so you divert and Pern sort of follows you across as Ord looks at you. You divert your course, your path, and head over to him. He steps forward, one hand falling to the axe on his side, and says, "What do you mean to be doing with Niles? What's your business with him?"
Hello, fellow mountain dweller. It is I, Zender, of the Silver Sashes, Slayer of Mummies.
Lookers for franchise opportunities.
We have come to talk to you about a very important issue right now, and that is your living condition.
Well, it's true we've had it difficult since we got here, but we'll survive. We always do. We have God on our side.
Yes, of course, but why survive when you can live?
Make no mistake, I understand what you're saying, but we must always follow the proper chain of command.
Oh, of course. The chain of command is very important. As a fellow mountain dweller, I'm a very fan of the chain of commands. Just ask my friends here.
Oh
Love-
yes, he's
love the chain.
very, very into chains.
Stop talking about the mountain home.
Now, what we're talking about is to keep the chain of command, but you know, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link.
Commander
I'm gonna use my
Niles.
inspiration.
Commander Niles has been ordained by Helm himself to lead this mission. He's divine. That's
Yeah,
pretty
the
good.
top one, the 23 one.
Go with 23.
Yeah, I used my inspiration for advantage, but I forgot to click the button.
That's all right.
Yes,
Alright.
but you know, Commander Niles has been affected by the war. He might need a little bit of a break while you and Pern handle things here.
Niles
I
is my
must say,
friend. I don't want to see any.
beautiful sight.
Niles is my friend. I don't want to see any harm come to him.
Oh, of course, and you won't want him to come to harm over here. He needs to be treated so he can go back to his prowess and fight the good fight for your god.
If the guy really looks like he'd appreciate honesty, just tell him that they're all gonna die in this damn jungle unless someone actually gets them back into shape.
Keep the message positive.
He thinks about your words, and Xander, with that persuasion roll, that was awesome. You're making some good points there. You're about really what's going on, the reality of the situation. You see Ord, he sort of scratches his beard and he looks round, his eyes fall upon Pern, who nods at him, and he looks across the camp at his men, at the pools of excrement and things lying around, the mosquitoes which are buzzing around, and the coughs of the sick and injured men in the medicine tents. Finally, he looks at you, Xander, and nods. Very well then.
I nod back.
It's not a nice business, but we should go and see Niles.
Yes, it's for the greater good. Repeat after me.
Greater good.
Greater good.
So, Ord.
We want this to go as peacefully as possible.
I stand one step behind them, so it appears it comes from them and not from me.
As you enter, Niles looks up at them and he'll sigh. Here's a picture of Niles.
I'll just ask our resident cleric, if this guy is ordained by Helm, is there any way to get Helm to say, like, dude, take a step aside?
I can make him see a vision of Helm telling him to take a vacation.
Sadly, since the Second Sundering, the gods have been less directly involved with the dealings of the people on Fair Run than they had done previously.
Which is a good thing. They really messed up down here.
And that's Pern.
Make Helm appear and go like, you had one job here, Niles.
Okay, so Pern enters and Niles says, what is the meaning of this? What do you want? Pern will look at him and say, Commander Niles, it is not an easy thing to do, but we are relieving you of your command. He protests a little before Ord steps forward, and with the weight of both of the commanders, which you have excellently done, he finally will agree to relinquish his command, and somewhat tearful he'll say, I tried my best. The men we had to leave back behind at Camp Righteous, I knew they would die, but I need them to stay there. They had to stay there to guard the retreat, and I knew there'd be no way out for them. And he his hands fall down into his head, and he sobs slightly as Pern.
Okay, I think we need to comfort this guy.
Well, that's not up to us. That would be up to the new commander.
I'll try and make some noise so the guards outside don't hear him cry.
Niles, it's okay. It's not you. It's this jungle. We've been here for a while. We know what it does to a man.
I'm talking to the veterans about like, random stuff to keep them busy.
We're going to get you better, and we're going to get you back out here.
I tell him the gods test us in harsh ways, and sometimes us mortals cannot live up to these expectations. but we do what we can.
I offer the veterans a cup of clear water.
We know it's a
Excellent.
tough decision, but you did what was right, and you'll always be remembered for doing that. It wasn't easy, but you did it anyway.
Excellent stuff, folks. You can all make a persuasion roll with an advantage as to try and make him feel better somewhat. Advantage because you're making good arguments there. Excellent. Okay, he will seem comforted somewhat, though he does seem like he would benefit from a rest from his command.
Just a couple of nights and he'll be back punching zombies and taking names.
Okay, and with that business over, and you did that really well, because it could have ended up in a massive fight, but you managed to defuse the situation. Getting Ord on board was key, because otherwise he'd have protested, and without having both of them there to relinquish his command, there would have been a fight. So well done with that, Xander in particular, for your awesome persuasion skills on him.
You
For the
magnificent
greater
liar, you.
good.
The talky characters, do pay off sometimes. Not at the time, really.
I say we let Ord escort him back to Port Nyanzel, leaving Pern in command without second guessing.
Actually, we could perhaps. What is our next move anyway? Are we going to seek out the city of Mesero?
Right now, I think we clean up this camp to make it a viable base for us.
Well, yeah, but
Going
after
forward.
after this camp, we are sort of done in this part of the jungle. I think we have to think about our next step. And if we're going to Mesro, we might as well swing by the Flaming Fist mercenaries, and we'd have to go back to Port Nyanzaru anyway. So we might actually escort him ourselves.
Why do we need the Flaming Fist mercenaries?
The
Request
city of
permission to
basically
explore the
loot
area.
whatever's there's left.
There's nothing else for us to do around this part of the jungle?
There's Mbala, if you want to visit Nana Pupu.
Oh yeah, there's heaps to do. Just not right here in this part of the jungle. I think we should perhaps plan our next move a bit so that we make the best use of time, because every time we visit a distant location, it's taking up weeks of travel time if we're not careful.
Well,
Maybe
then
we can use Pern for our advantage, like ask them to scout this area and send us messages. So we can have like 2 search parties in a single time.
Yeah, we can get them on our side and help us with the search for the for how and where to break the curse. But for our next place, maybe to save on time and distance, we can go to Mbala, finish our business there, and then go back from there to Port Nyanzaru, and we can pick up Niles on the way back if we want to bring him back to the port.
I don't think we have anything to do in Mbala unless we absolutely wanted to visit Pupu.
What do we have to do there? I forgot the details of the
She's
Nana
one of
Pupu.
those creatures that stole your hair.
Yeah, she's a hag, and she's apparently very smart and wise, so she may have an idea about where the soulmonger is, but on the other hand, she's like really creepy and evil.
Yeah, we can do creepy. We have Xander.
And we can do evil, we have Xanax.
I vote we go talk to her, and then we, on the way back to the port, pick up Niles if he wants to go.
Why would he go back to the port, by the way, anyway?
So we can rest, I think.
Rest and recuperate.
Yeah, let me get a main map over here. The Flaming Fist mercenaries are like at the very north end of the map. So our shortest route would be to go back to Port Nianzaru and then north a bit, and then all the way south to Mesero.
You're talking about Fort Belurian?
Yeah, I think that's what it was called. And I'm sure
Oh.
the Flaming Fists have heaps to do anyway, so we might not make it straight to Mesero either.
You have one. You've got two maps. One map with the faded out bits in the centre. That is actually the map that was given to you by Sylvain. The one with the labels on. So you are aware of everything that's labelled on that map. The other one is just blank with no labels on, but it is one that I can reveal areas of the centre as you progress through it. So that's why you've got two.
Okay, so anyone doesn't think we should go right now to Mbala to see Nana Pupu?
Actually, I think it's a great idea. I just saw where Mbala is, so it's a lot closer.
Yeah, it's really close to Camp Vengeance.
Okay.
So as long as we're here.
So we'll go to Mbala and
Yeah,
then
sure.
back to Camp Vengeance. And let's give them like a to-do list of what to fix up so to make this place more manageable.
Yeah, we can help them out a bit with manual labor too, perhaps, and some magic.
We can give them free mayo.
Yeah, more clean water.
And I
Probably
can
to last them until we come back.
use 3 healing spells per day if I need to. So
Yeah, maybe we can help them out today. That way I can also use my my remaining healing spells, and then we'll rest and we'll leave tomorrow.
And in the meantime, I'll talk to all the guards and soldiers about the wonderful opportunities there are in the Silver Sashes.
Recruiting your own company. All right. Well,
Get them to start scouting for us.
Well, not recruiting, more like merging.
what you wish to do is entirely up to yourself. So you'll sit around they'll give you a tent and you'll sit around a campfire and sort of discuss your next move. With Mbala, looks like it's coming out top of your list of things to do. It does appear to be fairly close to where you are. And you're also going to give some advice out, I believe, to how to improve the camp's conditions here. Have any of you got any skills that can help in that?
ooh, I have survival.
Survival's good, yeah, you can roll survival. Has anyone got any?
Yeah, I have +3 survivals, and I don't think religion is gonna do anything good here. I have medicine. I have a good medicine roll.
Oh, that's excellent, yeah. You can do me a roll on that if you like. If anyone's got any sort of architectural building type skills, perhaps? Don't know.
I'm gonna sing a song to uplift their spirits.
Oh, excellent, that's pretty good.
At the best, I could use intimidation and athletics to act like the Sarge.
Okay, yeah.
Yes? You really think? Right, I'm going to intimidate them into action.
I think carrot and stick is good.
Can I do another medicine roll?
Jump, 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 jump! Are you jumping, soldiers?
Yeah, you, you get the adrenaline flowing in the camp there with that.
Will insight help in any way?
Insight, yes, that can help in finding out how, talking to the men, finding out how they're feeling and that kind of thing. So yeah, you could do that. Oh, you're pretty good at that.
A not crap roll.
Most of them here is pretty demoralised. They lost one camp. They've lost a lot of men. It's been tough for them here, but they are seeming pleased with the change of command and also the things you're doing here. The plans. It looks like things are actually happening. So they're hopeful now of the future more than they were before you arrived.
They like the jumping. Keep going.
And they love the jumping. Alright, Right, so you pass the night away doing that. Is there anything else you want to do? There is a quartermaster here if anybody wishes to purchase anything or needs any more supplies.
I'm
Well-
gonna light on our tent, the home of the Silver Sashes, the summer home of the Silver Sashes.
If there are any still more sick and injured, I can use my healing spells that I have remaining.
We have got Sister Ord. There is a group here who have got healing spells, so they will be helping with that. I mean, you could use your ones before you sleep, I guess, if you want to help out. So.
Yeah, sure. I have like 5 more healing spells.
Great.
And I have 3.
Excellent. Okay, so we'll assume you use those the night before to do what you can for the men here who are injured. And well done, you've all got yourself a forward base, in effect, in the jungles of Chult now. Camp Vengeance, you are welcome here.
Awesome.
Do the quartermaster have anything, hammers or some weapons?
Yes, he does, because they have lost quite a lot of troops, so there are weapons and armour and the like.
Do they have anything special? Can we just use whatever from the player's handbook?
It's, yeah, basic gear from the player's handbook.
Let's see.
I'll just try and throw all my copper coins at him, try to get better coins so I won't have to carry so much.
Alright, I'm gonna buy a warhammer from him. And some rations and fill up my beer water skin.
Excellent. You perhaps will want to use those, spend the copper and light, because I think the encumbrance of them is adding to your sheet and it's quite heavy. So.
Oh, right.
So
I've
100 copper coins is 13 gold coins.
I'll just quickly find the conversion.
You guys think she should also get a great axe or a battle axe?
yeah, versatile, definitely.
Yeah, that's 13 gold points.
I'm just gonna get some more arrows.
I already have a warhammer. Maybe a different kind of weapon will come in handy.
Just looking at Alwyn's sheet here, he's got 29 encumbrance, and I think it's the coin, just off the coins, and they're sort of pushing him over into being encumbered.
Yeah, I'll try to change them into gold if possible.
I put an exchange rate in the chat so you can click on it.
Oh, that's very helpful, thank you.
Can we sell them our jewels in this place, or do they not have that kind of money?
Yeah, they won't really have the wealth here. They'd have left it banked. They wouldn't have taken a lot of money out of them into the jungle. In the camp there are some local Chultans. A guide called Lorsa will come up to you as you're making your preparations to leave. Good morning. I believe you are making your way to Mabala.
Yes, that is correct.
I see. I have been there a bit before. I have not been up to the top of the pinnacle, but I've visited the base of it. It lies directly southwest of here. you will need to climb up the pinnacle of rock to reach the city.
I don't trust him at all.
Why?
People don't just come and give you free information.
I
I'll
ask
trust
him
Rory.
I ask him. I tell him thank you for the information. I ask him who is.
I'm just looking at him with a stink eye and trying to figure out if he's telling the truth.
All right. Okay, Zandy, you think he seems on the level? He says, "Forgive me, I am Lotta. I have been hired by the Order of the Gauntlet here. They wish me to help them in their expedition. I have done some scouting and things for them in the past."
Oh, so you're a guide.
So all the guides in Chult are useless. Look at this camp. There's poop everywhere.
There's some guy in the corner making a little sandcastle out of poop.
That is not sanitary.
There's some guy in the corner making a little.
It definitely seems like a larger expedition than this guy's used to.
That is not sanitary.
That man needs a bar of soap.
It definitely seems like a larger. I wish you luck on your endeavour.
Thank you, and good luck on the camp here as well.
Do you know of any secret entrances to the city? Like maybe they had a sewer system.
I do not. I do not know what the remains of there. I have not been up to the city ever.
What kind of city is it?
Mabala. No one has heard from the occupants of Mabala for over 100 years.
So if you haven't been there, how do you know how to get there?
I am just aware of where it is. It sits on a pinnacle of rock, high in the air.
Okay, can we show him the map and he like can fill up general information about the area?
Sounds like we're going to need some climbing gear.
I can. You have some hills in the way here. The terrain it goes hilly, and he will reveal some of the area for you. He actually, through talking to him, will tell you of some of other areas that he's aware of.
Do the quartermaster has some rope for sale? Maybe I can use it in a climbing thing.
The quartermaster does have rope for sale. Yes, he'll be in and climbing equipment should you wish to purchase it.
Yeah, I'll buy some.
I will also get one block and tackle.
So on the map here that I can reveal, Lorsa says to the south of here is a swamp, a great area of swamp, the Aldani Basin. The Aldani used to live there. We no one has seen them for years. Mabala is on a big rock hills area.
I got a climber's kit.
Fantastic. Should be able to drag those onto the inventory yourself.
Yeah, I did.
Super. Salido will say, and you still have need of my services?
Yes, of course. Of course.
She
We
nods.
couldn't hope to survive without your help, he says sarcastically.
I believe you would miss my arrows.
About as much as you miss your arrows.
I knew he was going there. Do we have rope? Anyone has rope?
I have rope, 50 feet of hempen rope.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Same.
get some too.
Okay.
Should you
Well,
have one climbing kit per person, or was just one?
In the party sheet at the top right, I believe I've made visible all the party inventory, so you should be able between you to see what equipment you've all got.
Right.
The point with the climbing kit is just it blocks you from falling more than 20 feet because it's an anchor.
But should we each have one, or should we just share one?
I'm not sure we can share. I mean, it's just like places. I mean, yeah, I think we can if we tie to each other. If we tie ourselves to each other, it should be okay.
what's the description? What does it say on it? It's not in the player's handbook?
Yeah, it is.
For some reason, I don't have it, and it won't let me open the link you put in.
Oh, have you got the right book opened, the module opened in your library?
Which one do we need?
It's in the player's guide, I thought.
Yeah, I have the player's handbook, the normal one.
A climber's kit includes special pitons, boot tips, gloves, and harnesses. You can use the climber's kit as an action to anchor yourself. When you do, you can't fall more than 25 feet from the point where you're anchored. You can't climb more than 25 feet away from the point without undoing the anchor.
Oh, it sounds like it's a one-man kit.
Yeah, but if one man has it and the other people are tied to him, it might hold. We're all elven folk. We're all very light.
Ahem.
All of us that matter.
I dewormed you. Well, like if that's how it works and that's okay, then
Are you going with just one climber's kit? Okay.
Yeah, and I also got a grappling hook and a rope, so we can try and climb.
I also got a box and tackle, so we can make like a system of pulleys.
Very dwarven of you.
Thank you.
Oh wow, a lot of the map just opened up.
Yes, this is Lorsa, the guide, who points out some areas on your map and helps you fill it in. To the south, she says there's a large area of swamp and river, basically. It's the source of the river Ocean Star that you've been travelling on.
Yay, more swamp and flies.
Sounds amazing.
Maybe we can fish over there. I've got some worms.
You just pull them out of yourself.
All right. So as you you head off,
I wish good luck to Pern and tell her it's good to have her in the Silver Sashes family.
she laughs and says, "Take care, my friends. I hope that you return to us soon, safely."
And I whisper her, don't trust the guides in Chult. They're all useless.
I'll say the fondest of farewells and then head out with our guide.
Okay, so you start beating a path towards Mabala. The way Salida starts to take you through the swamp there, it is infested with mosquitoes. You very quickly begin to get bitten a lot by the mosquitoes as you're travelling.
I'll start slathering on that insect repellent salve again.
Oh, well done.
I light up an incense block.
Fantastic. So you managed to stave off the worst of the mosquitoes throughout the day. That was lucky you had that. Well, not lucky, well planned, I will say. And Salida needs to make you a survival roll to see if we can get you lost.
Brace yourself.
Oh no, only 38 uses left of my insect repellent.
And a encounter rolls, if you would, please, sirs. Okay, I'll just do one a day because I don't want travel to take too long, because otherwise we'll...
It'll be 2024 before we finish this adventure.
Yes, exactly, yes. Okay, and so that's that day. You managed to travel without incidents apart from lots of mosquitoes. It's very marshy and all your clothes are sopping wet, so really humid and everything here. So another encounter roll, please, for the next day.
Go for it, Xanax. We believe in you.
You asked. Hey!
Woo!
Well done. We'll move on to the 16th. If you'd like to make me another encounter roll, please.
Me again?
Oh, another nice low encounter roll.
I keep an eye out for business opportunities.
I keep an eye out for enemies.
Sometimes the two things coincide. We can sell beachfront property on the swamp.
As you travel, you see lots of animals, sort of harmless animals, lizards, and evidence of dinosaurs' footprints, and you hear lots of monkeys and the area teeming with life around you. You'll perhaps see a crocodile or two in the swamp from distance, but nothing bad happens to you. And on the 17th day of Alturiak, it will be the morning. I'm going to say it's about 10 AM. When you'll draw yourselves out of the swamp and the ground begins to get rocky and hard and more hilly, and you'll begin to gain elevation. And eventually, in the morning, I love Jurassic Park. In fact, I love all of them, even the bad ones. It's like one of my favourite franchises of films. Ahead of you, however, you see an 1,800-foot high plateau with sheer cliffs rising above heaps of boulders as large as ships. A narrow path is cut into the cliff face and seems to climb all the way to the top.
I
Okay.
asked Salida if she knows about this path. If it's called like the path of death, the path of doom, or some other kind of...
Or the nice comfy path.
Sadly, I have not been here, though rumour has it that Mabala is cursed. It is believed that the witch Nana Pupu lives there, as you know.
You people and your curses. Well, I guess we better start climbing.
Well, no, we have the path.
There is indeed a path that winds around the edge of the plateau. It sort of spirals right the way around it, leading to the top.
Is it like a wide enough path to you can just walk, or is it something that you have to like slide on?
The path width varies, but it averages about 5 feet. It looks like there's many switchbacks, and it sort of, as it winds its way up, it's not a very, it's not really a direct route, but it's probably about 3 miles of walking. But you could walk it rather than climb.
Okay, let's go.
Try and walk.
Okay, you start to ascend the pinnacle of rock. In many places there are tangled roots and tumbled boulders which block your path, but as you're not being chased or anything, it's quite easy to remove these obstructions and continue. It takes you about 3 hours to ascend higher and higher up, and it exposes more of the land around you at one of the highest points here. That's outside the peaks of flame. So I'm actually going to reveal quite a large part of the map for you.
I'll use my own map that I keep from to make little notes about what we see.
Ooh, a lot.
So from your vantage point here, you can see the Aldani Basin, the swamps stretching off to the south. Far off to the south, you can see the volcanic plumes of the peaks of flame, and sort of smoke rising from the various volcanoes there. And you can see a large area of jungle lying sort of directly to the south. To the east, however, to the west, directly to the west of you, you can see popping out from the canopy of trees over there, there's a massive brick stone ziggurat. A ziggurat's one of those pyramids. It's like a big pyramid structure, and it is sort of covered with vines, and there's trees growing out of it and things. It looks very old, but it's massive. It's huge. It's so big. It's poking above the top of the trees.
Let's go poke it.
I'm looking for a giant sign that says the soulmonger is here.
You have a look around. You can't see a giant sign, but you do see something floating, or something appear to be floating. Just on the other side of the Aldani Basin, on the other side of the swamp, you can see it looks like something floating in the sky, like a huge chunk of rock or something.
Guys, I see a huge flying chunk of rock.
Is it coming this way?
Is it a floating entire city?
Are
Is
you
it an
using
angry
drugs
Gino?
again?
You study it for a while. It doesn't appear to be moving at all.
I squint. No, never mind. Just a cloud. Never mind.
I try and maybe get some kind of a better look on any kind of detail on it. No, damn it.
That's a performance check. You need perception, sorry.
Damn dwarf stealing our jobs.
Oh, damn you, a crit there, Zana.
I see all.
Can you see Baldur's Gate? Tell them we're well.
Because you do so well there, Xanax, with your perception, you manage to squint at it, and what you see looks like this. Appears to be floating, just sitting there above the trees on the opposite side of the swamp.
That is weird.
What is it?
It looks like a
It's
very
like a
creepy floating heart. I mean, imagine the top being an artery. Is it pulsing?
Is anything moving in there?
Is it moving?
It's too far away really to see a lot of detail on it, because it's a long way away from you. But it doesn't appear to be moving. It appears to be sort of hovering in place.
Can
I
we
ask-
tow it? like a mobile base.
Good luck getting there.
I asked Salida about it.
Yeah, I described it to Salida and I asked her if she knows what it is.
I do not know. I have never been there or been that far south and seen that before.
Why is your land not properly below the sky instead of in it?
I'm afraid I do not know. That is very unusual.
This is
Okay, the Silver Sashes is gonna have a flying fortress. Just warning you in advance.
This is
That's it.
Friday afternoon mechanics for you. This is like it was weekend, we made some land, we fucked it up, and now it's up in the air. And
Well, nothing we can do about it right now, I guess.
I
Just,
mark it on our map.
yeah, just remember where it is.
Silver
it's not
Sashes
following
flying,
us, is it?
Silver Sashes flying fortress.
You stop to study it for a while. You'll take a sort of short rest because you'll need a breather going up this rock. It's quite difficult, so you'll have a rest and look at it. It doesn't appear to be moving at all. It doesn't seem like it's following you now. It seems like it's just suspended there in the air.
Is the ziggurat we saw, is that in the way of Nanapupu? Is it just another thing we see?
It's another thing that you can see from your vantage point here. It just lies almost directly west of you. It's a large structure, essentially standing out of the jungle.
And Salida also doesn't know anything about this.
Nope, she just said,
Oh, and there's something else you notice while you're here. You also see
Is it a flying lake?
this is directly to the south. No flying lake. But you see what appears to be, and you have to have a double take on this because it's so unusual. It looks like there is a ship which has crashed into the top of the jungle. It looks like a large ocean-going vessel which is hanging in the trees. Its rigging tangled up and its masts crumpled. That's right, yeah, just about there.
This place is Side Quest City.
They don't
Yeah,
do
but
anything
it's
properly.
on the other side of the continent. Remember, it won't be easy to get to.
The hell is the ship getting there?
Is it a sky ship?
It's impossible to tell really because it's sort of broken up so much on the top of the trees. It could have been a sky ship that crashed onto the trees. Yeah, so there's a possibility.
worst navigator ever.
Probably some Chultan guide.
Poor Salida.
Okay, so we have the Silver Sashes Flowing Fortress, the Silver Sashes Luxury Yacht, and the Silver Sashes Ziggurat.
Yes.
Everything has to be branded.
Of course. Are we not explorers?
By the time we're done, this entire place will be some kind of amusement park, completely themed.
Come to Silver Shoals.
Silver Sashes Hotel and Casino.
I'm surprised we didn't start seeing tracks on the overmap, the beginning of a Silver Sashes logo.
I actually made us a
Soon.
logo.
That Xander just tracks as we go along.
Have you got a logo? I don't think I've seen the logo. I can't remember.
I posted it somewhere on the website in one of the.
Oh,
Let me see if I can quickly.
I'll have a
You're
look.
getting cut off.
We'll just burn a patch of the forest to say Silver Sashes.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Burn an island that's practically it's a forest in its entirety.
Oh, see, very good, classy.
Anyway, do we see anything else, or do we keep going?
No, I think that's about everything that you see. You have managed to reveal a massive chunk of the island, though, coming up here, so I guess that's been useful, if nothing else. And eventually, you, after about 3 hours, you'll all be sweating, but you get to about 100 feet below the lip of the plateau, and the path veers directly into a natural cleft in the stone face, so it goes through a pass. Steps are cut into a 15-mile crevasse, and there are scenes of jungle predators, flying lizards, erupting volcanoes, and they're all carved into a relief into the walls here, and it makes creative use of the natural shape of the rock.
This is not hack work, is it?
Salida will look at it and says it appears to be the work of the Chultans, ancient Chultans, I would say.
Amazing, I say as I write silver sashes on the side of the cliff.
Yeah, we carve out a little sash.
Okay, yeah, you put a little sash on there. So now there's like jungle predators, flying lizards, erupting volcanoes, and a little silver sash on the on the ancient artwork.
Ooh, I want to try. I think I actually have a racial fit that can help me with this. Not sure how much it can give, but still. Just a sec. Yeah, I've got a stone cutting trait. Whenever you make an intelligence history check related to the origin of stonework, you're considered proficient in history skill and add double your proficiency bonus to the check.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Okay, so you can have a look and see if you can deduce some more information about them if you wish.
I do. So my bonus to this is +1, so just add another 1.
Bah.
You found out that the person who wrote the silver sashes is a magnificent being.
You do, yes. Yeah, you don't really find anything more about them. It's not particularly artistic, but it's the kind of well-made. Whoever did them made them to last.
It's pretty stone, guys.
Thousands of years ago, there were already sashes over here.
We're not the first sashes.
Gasp!
This must have been our destiny.
Density.
So continuing onwards through the little ravine here, little crevasse, you find that the stone steps emerge onto the top of the plateau, beneath a once grand but now decrepit wooden gateway. The gates that seal this entrance are rotted away, only their rusted iron hinges and reinforcing bands now remain. In their place are heaps of human skulls. Picked clean of all flesh and bleached white by the sun, they grin up at you from the roadway and down from atop towering mounds. There are hundreds of skulls here, looking at you.
Is this the kind of
And
collection a hag would keep?
Good thing we're not human. Oh, that would be weird.
There's so many skulls here that it'll make it difficult to get in. It's kind of blocking the gateway. The old, now abandoned entranceway to Mabala is essentially plugged up with these skulls. You think to get through, you'd have to either try and wade through all the skulls, or you could climb around the sides of the staircase and go around the gate.
If you walk into there, you probably just fall down into something hidden trap there.
Can I check the mound to see some structural vulnerability where I pull one skull and everything collapses?
You can certainly collapse some of them. You won't be able to collapse everything, but there will be ones that you can pull out, and a lot of them will crumble. Yeah,
Can I use my Warhammer to just bash them away?
certainly.
You're desecrating the dead.
You're probably gonna be attacked by a bunch of ghosts now.
You are the worst cleric ever.
I fight for the living, not the dead. I'm literally against the dead.
I pick up two skulls and I make one say to the other, "What do skeletons say before they dine?" And then the other one says, "Bon appetit." And then I toss the skulls back on the heap.
I aim my hammer at Alwyn.
Man, you guys have no respect for the dead. I say as I write silver sashes on the skulls.
Says the guy who just desecrated the centuries-old stone carving.
You know what? I'm gonna just wade into the skulls.
I'm gonna use my warhammer to just like move them away.
Nana Poo must have a way to get in and out.
Yeah, let's go try walking through the skulls.
Yeah,
See if we can get through.
she probably floats or teleports. If she even moves out of here. Like the one that stole Xanax's hair?
Don't remind me.
Okay,
sorry.
Xanax, you go first because they like your hair. We'll follow.
I'm already walking into there in front of you people. Don't
And
like
I'm
your jokes.
following.
Matt crushes his way through with the with his hammer and axe. So you manage to sort of plough away through. Some of you do it more gently. I love Xander's new hairdo, and you.
It's protection against hags.
Fair enough. Hopefully, it will be effective. As you move the skulls out of the way and you finally get right to the top, you can see across the plateau. You've now reached the top of what was once Mabala. You can see around the edges that it looks like there was once a wooden palisade here, but this is so ancient and old that the palisade has rotten away and is now just sort of like a pile of brown goo which surrounds the what was once a large settlement. It looks like Mabala was once the seat of a small kingdom, but the structures were wood and thatch, so they've now crumbled to essentially compost and been demolished by rain, wind and time. There are a few stone foundations and overgrown ramps that sort of pop up through the debris, indicating that it was more than a simple village, but it is mostly ruined. However, in the centre of that, in the centre, you see, not far from you, there are a collection of tents, bones and strange fetishes and the like. I'm going to reveal a map for you.
Guys, do you think we should announce ourselves or sneak in?
I don't like that there are three of them. How many tents does a hag need?
One
Kitchen,
for
sleeping
Beth.
place.
Yeah, kitchen, sleeping place, and one place to do her business.
I don't see a prison cell for holding captured humans' meat.
Yeah, do you see the bones?
Yeah, that's right.
Probably just guides that got lost.
There's probably a baby roasting over that fire.
Is this map to size?
They're quite large.
So do we want to call out to Nana Poo?
The skulls are kind of very big compared to us. And the fireplace too.
Okay, one second.
I'm just wondering if it's a huge hag.
Nah, it's just the there we go. It's just the size of the map.
Perhaps we can pose as interior decorators.
Well, we see her already. Human woman.
Yeah. I call out to her. I call out to her. Greetings.
And the only structure still intact are 3 tents about 1,000 yards southwest of the gate from where you are now, at the edge of a boulder field. The hut is made from thatch and animal hides, so sort of tents, and it's stretched over the rib cage of some immense reptile, so it looks like she's used reptile bones to make these tents. A bit of artistic license on the map, but you get the general idea. Around them there are animal skulls, wind chimes, totems of feathers, shells rattling in the breeze, and smoke drifts up from the campfire and inside the far side tent there. A creature shuffles slowly around the hut, hunched over in an animal-like posture. You realise it's a human woman, impossibly old, crippled by arthritis, blinded by cataracts. Her dark face and bald pate are outlined with streaks of yellow clay, suggesting the shape of a skull, or perhaps it's her shriveled flesh creating that illusion. And here's a image of
I'm scared.
Oh, there's a face you can trust.
Nah, it's a nice old grandma.
Hashtag body shaming.
Hashtag me too.
So I call out to her, greetings, Nana Poo. We've come here seeking your advice.
And wisdom. And good looks.
"Oh, dearies, visitors, visitors," she says to the skull that she's got. "It's been a long time since we've had visitors. Please come and share my fire. I have some wonderful tea you can drink."
Don't touch anything.
I want to touch the skull.
Especially don't touch the skull.
You're no fun.
"It is so nice to see other living beings. I am here alone, a poor old woman."
It's so horrible. Grandchildren, am I right? This generation.
"Please, my poor eyes are filled with cataracts. I do not see well. Please, come closer so that I can see you."
Grow up, Xanax.
I put on my helmet and I slowly walk forward.
I follow.
I make sure I tuck in all my hair below the helmet.
I have a few extra wigs if you guys want one.
I'm actually walking up to her.
I tell her, greetings, we've come seeking your advice on something we were looking for.
"Oh, splendid. I love to tell stories to people. We like that. Look at you, such young, tender things." Oh, and she steps forward, and she reaches out and begins to rub her fingers through Mac's hair. "Oh, what lovely hair you have." She's probably a bit big, isn't he? You got long hair though, haven't you, Mac? Yeah, she'll you know, pull at the
Yeah,
edges.
I
of
have
your
long hair. And last, it kind of because of here, we are. What's with your people on here?
He doesn't mean your people in a racist way. He means beautiful young woman.
I know I am old and bent. It's so nice to see you." And she shuffles and sort of sits down precariously on a little rock she's got sitting there. She has a pot boiling on the fire and says, "Would you like some tea? I can pour some tea for you."
Don't suppose you have some beer?
It has been a long time since I have tasted alcohol."
It's gonna
Sure,
turn out
I'll
this
try
is.
I'll try the tea. I already almost died once by an undead being. Why not twice?
I already dewormed you once. I'm not doing it again.
Don't forget to put your watch back on, by the way.
"I see. So you come to me seeking knowledge."
And tea. Do you have any crumpets?
I'm afraid I'm out of crumpets.
Have some baby meat instead.
I haven't. Baby meat?
Wow. You can just say that out loud. What's the smell anyway from the food thingy?
It smells sort of bitter. She'll pour you some tea, and it looks sort of like a brownish texture, and you can see there are things floating around in it which you're not quite sure what they are.
You
I
got
take a
cut
sip
off.
and try to identify the flavor. Tell me if I need to do a constitution check.
You take a sip, and as you do, rolling out of the opaque liquid to the surface, an eyeball sort of rolls past. You notice it looks like it's some sort of lizard tea. Very
Do you like it?
it
Just
tastes
like
foul.
grandma used to make it.
It tastes quite foul, but probably won't kill you.
It's delicious.
Ooh, I'm glad you like it. I'll pour you some more.
Oh, I couldn't possibly. There are I need to leave some for my friends here.
No, I insist. You seem to be enjoying it so much, it would be rude of me not to. And she'll pour you some more.
Yes,
Oh,
don't
well,
insult her, Xander.
I start to drink and then accidentally fall down and spill it on Xanax.
Oh,
Oops.
you clumsy one.
Oh yeah, so clumsy of me.
So you was to exchange something for knowledge? I am just a poor woman. I would happily tell you whatever I know. How can I help you? But perhaps you could help me, my dearies. There are many things I cannot do, being so old up here.
Yeah, like steal babies.
Well, we all knew it was come to this. I just let my hair loose and my wig loose.
Maybe ask her.
Take one
About,
for the team.
Do
maybe
we
ask
wanna...
her why they steal here.
I know nothing else. I like it here, but I'm being terrorized by I don't believe I just said that. By this terror folk. Terror folk, they have a nest on the other side of the rock. If you would take care of them for me, they keep flying down, trying to attack. If you take care of them, I will happily tell you all of my knowledge, all of my stories. I will tell you.
Do you know where we can find the soulmonger?
Her eyes flicked towards you. The soulmonger, you say? I have heard of it a long time ago, but I have not heard anyone ask about it in many years. Yes, I can help you find that which you seek.
Can I look around to the others and kind of like, so what do you think, guys?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's help her and then
What are Terra folk?
dead people.
I think they're bird people.
Well, soon to be dead people then.
Terror folk, my dearies, they are dinosaur creatures, most evil, malevolent creatures.
How dare they assault an innocent,
Young woman.
mildly young woman?
She draws a picture of the terror folk in the mud. She's very good
And
at this
a
kind of
skilled
thing.
artist as well.
Very skilled.
It reminds me of that character from X-Men.
She describes them to you. So they have big 20-foot wingspans, give birth to live young, and they are most bitter, nasty creatures. They hate me.
They must have tried her tea.
Why are they harassing you?
That they wish to live here and make it their own, but I have lived here all my life. This is my home. I'm happy here. You could make me an intelligence check actually to see whether any of you have actually heard anything about Terrafolk.
Oh, Zender is not intelligent in the list.
Yeah, I'm not very good at that either. Unless it's a certain skill.
I'm gonna roll insight to see if this is either a hag or just some crazy old lady on a rock.
Would be pretty obvious as the hag.
Look at her, she's serving eyeball tea. She has to be a hag.
Perhaps it's her secretary.
Yes, hags are known for unionizing.
With that, you don't really know any more, Alwyn, than what you think currently.
I thank her for
I
the
want to
lovely
roll. I want to roll insight and see if she telling the truth about if she can help us find the soulmonger.
Okay, would you put the insight check into the tower, please?
Sure.
tea. I thank her for the lovely tea and offer her Xanax hair if she wants some before we go to the terror folk.
Where'd you get that? I check my hair around my helmet.
They seem to like your hair. It's a bargaining chip.
Stop giving it to them.
Every night when you're asleep, he slowly combs your hair and like takes the little bits. It's not creepy at all.
Not at all, no. So do I get anything from my instinct roll?
You don't trust her. I mean, there's nothing you can definitely put your finger on to say she's lying. She might be telling some of the truth. You don't think she's perhaps boldly outright lying, but you're not. You don't trust this woman. You've a very bad feeling about her and her intentions towards you.
Sounds great. Let's help her.
I say next time she'll have crumpets. What kind of person serves tea without crumpets?
Or like tiny fried baby hands.
The
Barbarians.
untrustworthy kind. So are we going to help her?
I say yes.
Oh, I'm gonna roll intelligence on the Terra folk and see if they actually have some kind of. Are these like weird evil animals, or do they have some kind of intelligence that would let us reason with them? Ooh, nailed
What
it.
the?
All right. Terrafolk are indeed evil creatures. You know that they are 10-foot tall, winged reptilian bipeds. They're native to Chult. They're malevolent isolationists. They regard most other creatures as enemies and try and sort of take territory for their own. They are referred to as terrafolk with a T because they have a habit of swooping down from the sky to snatch whomever they can and transporting treasure and food back to their roosts. They are not thought highly of. They just attack people willy-nilly. So you probably think you can't reason with them, as a short answer.
All right, let's kill them all.
I asked Nana Pupu for some tea for the road.
Why?
Because it's the nice thing to do. It's an old lady that's been alone in a mountain of skulls.
Yeah, don't forget some
You don't
baby
want her
hands.
to be on your bedside.
I will give you a treat to eat in case you get hungry on your travels.
Ah, it's fried baby feet.
Thank you, Nana.
She gives you what looks like some sort of like lizard tails. They're nice to chew on.
I'm sure they are. I do finger crossbows and walk away.
Might be good luck.
Might be the terror folks' babies.
Yeah, might be that too.
So where can we find these terror folks?
Come, my sweet one, I will show you. There is a chimney that leads into their lair. They have an entrance on the side of the cliff face, which they think no one can get to them from. But I know, Nana Poo Poo knows there is a chimney, a hole that leads down into their lair. They won't suspect that you will be climbing down there. She takes you over to the other side, just behind the camp here. It's actually a little bit sort of further off the map, but you come to an area. Well, no,
Do
we'll
I
put
see
it on the map.
anything in the tent?
It's about where? Oh, in the tents. It looks like one is a living area. One is pretty much what you said before. The other area, she's got meat hanging down. It looks like she's sort of drying meat out in the other. And the other looks like some sort of ritual area. She's got like a large pentagram type structure on the floor and lots of fetishes hanging down.
Okay, she seems legit.
She leads you up here. There is indeed a hole in the floor. It's not very wide, a few feet across. You think you can probably sort of shimmy down it. It's just a chimney, in effect, that you could wiggle down and to. Well, she says it goes to that lair.
Xenex, you're up.
Thank you so much, young ones.
Don't mention it. Pretty lady. Crossbow hands.
Well, you guys are the climbers here. Go take a peek.
First, I want to throw a copper coin to see how deep it is.
Okay, but if you throw something down it, it might alert the drums in the deep. Wow.
And this goes straight into their
Nest.
nest.
Yes,
So might alert them.
I think I still want to take the chance and throw a coin. What do you guys think?
How many of them are there? Does she know?
I think maybe half a dozen. I think.
Why does it matter how deep does it go? You're not jumping down, just use the ropes.
It might be something else. Like an oven.
It does seem quite dark down there.
Yeah, we all have dark vision.
It doesn't seem very dark down there. You'll be able to see the bottom, and it looks about sort of 30 feet down. There's dim light down there. It looks like there is some light coming in from somewhere off to the side, and you're not far from the edge of the cliff. So it could well be that she's right, that there is a sort of entrance on the side, a cave entrance, and this is just a chimney that leads down into there. That does seem to stack up.
Well, go ahead, Xander.
Oh no, please, after you.
I insist.
Okay, I hand him my rope and tie it to my waist, and I try to stealthily go down.
Okay, if you'd like to make me a climbing check, you have advantage. It's actually really quite easy because it's only a chimney shaft. In fact, it's a bit of a squeeze for you to get down. You have to sort of wiggle to get down.
Is it athletics? Yeah. Okay, athletics. 1 second. Did I fall down?
Oh, nowhere near. No, nowhere near. It's quite an easy descent.
Okay, I want to also roll stealth to try and be quiet when I do it.
Oh, you do. You manage to drop to the floor.
I fall down after them.
Okay, as you land there, you can just see around the corner a bit. You can see it looks like there are
Holy crap, they're huge.
And they can fly.
But we're inside the cave, so they can't fly very far.
Why would they make their lair in a place that they're defenseless in?
Because that's where they bring up their young. Are there any eggs around? Maybe we can give her some omelets.
can't see in this bit though. You can see beams of sunlight coming from around that corner off to the east. Oh. So you think the cave sort of is larger than the area that you're in? Okay, so Xander's down there. Who else is heading down?
I
Him
am.
as well.
I'll follow down lastly.
Climbing and stealth then, please, if you wish to sneak down.
Climbing is athletics.
It is, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh wait, I had advantage. I forgot. I'll roll again.
Do we have advantage on the stealth?
On the
No,
climb, you do.
athletics.
On the climb.
Oh, so can I roll again?
You may. You're all fine though, actually. Okay, you all managed to drop down into the cave. It's about 30 foot down and then it drops down.
Now what? Do we just go ahead and attack them?
Here's the plan.
The cave's about 20 feet high, so there's about a 20 foot drop that you have to climb down the rope on at the bottom. So you've got a 20 foot high ceiling in here. So let me just check the stealth rolls. We have a 19. We have 16. 19. Who hasn't rolled stealth? Oh, a 10. Oh,
Okay, here's the
18.
plan,
Everyone's done it.
guys. We're gonna pretend to be baby terror people and ask them to feed us. When they come close, we stab them in the heart.
We just flap our arms a bit.
Cunning plan. They don't appear to have seen you at the moment. You're kind of hidden in the darkness behind this lip.
Do they have any natural predators? Sounds we can mimic. Is it the mighty space duck?
There's no obvious predators these things have got. They are pretty big, pretty high up the food chain.
So I'm guessing negotiation is out of the picture?
Yeah,
They don't talk. They basically just kill and eat. And
Squeak, squeak. I figured.
So do we just run over to them?
As a plan, tear the leather of their wings so they won't be able to fly. Because that should be a pretty weak area. So defenses.
Did we get a full rest before we set out from Camp Vengeance?
yeah. I'll give you another full rest. I think I did give you a full rest, but I'll do another one just to make sure. There you go. You have had a long rest.
Thank you. So, Mac, you want to charge him?
Yes.
Let's go then.
Okay, so as they are not aware of you and you are aware of them, they have the surprise condition, which I'm going to have to remind myself what it does again. I think it means
I think we just have a free turn.
Nope, not anymore.
Holy moly, what was
Whoa!
that?
What was that?
What? Did I miss anything?
Sorry, my wife got loose for a second.
your wife got loose.
Sloppy,
funny.
sloppy.
He's back in the basement now. Nobody worry.
Surprise. Okay, so you compare the decks with their passive perceptions. You've all beaten that. Because they haven't noticed you, they're surprised at the start of the encounter. If they're surprised, they can't move or take an action on their turn of the combat and can't take any reactions. A member of the group can be surprised even if the others aren't. Okay, so yeah, essentially it kind of does work out as it's a free turn for you because they can't go this go. So Sunday, you're up.
The problem is that they lose the surprise state when their turn has passed or something. I think
Correct.
it was.
I'll just charge one of them and say, "This is for poo poo," and try and stab him.
That Terrafolk's particularly short that you have a go at, but you managed to stab it. A glancing blow, but there's damage.
All right, I'll take a position over here.
Ah, you're tiny!
Sorry, holding control for Discord and then rotating my token makes it bigger and smaller. All right, and I'll lose an arrow at Pterofolk.
These things are massive, so you don't get any minuses to hitting the one that Xander's hitting if you don't want.
All right, here goes. Ooh, a hit.
I yelled at Xanax to give me short that people told about him over the years. For material.
Your arrow strikes it in the shoulder and it screams out in pain. It looks like it's hurt it.
Can I get past those two there?
While they're surprised, they have no attacks of opportunity, and oh, you're on about my poor accuracy of putting them on the squares. Yes, you can.
Good.
Watch out for the beak, and the claws, and the talons, and the tail.
And my axe. Axes. Oops, that was the wrong one. But yeah, I'm gonna do that afterwards anyway. Wait a minute, how was that? Oh.
So is that a hit and a miss? Whack one with the hand axe. The Terrafolk short is no longer surprised. He turns around. Great to get 3 attacks, these things.
Wait, aren't we getting a free turn?
Yeah, how does that work again?
Oh.
They lose the state after, it's the surprise state after, right?
I understand, sorry, yeah. So his surprise goes now. There we are. He's no longer surprised and can take reactions. Same for that one. So they've all got the reactions back essentially. Xanax, you're up.
I run double my speed.
Remember that these two that I'm standing with now, you get advantage if you attack them in melee.
I'm gonna stand over here. I used my double my speed, so I can't attack on anything.
Slowpoke.
I've got
Water.
short legs.
Yeah, small stubby legs.
And unexposed nipples.
And we're back round to the start. This one recovers his senses and turns in a flurry of bite and claw attacks towards Mac. Check what they get. They get 1 bite, 2 claws.
Oh,
When you get angry, you should become bigger.
He's like Popeye, but instead of spinach, it's with beer.
So 2 misses there with the claws, but he manages to catch you on the shoulder with a bite.
3 attacks.
yeah. Oh, ow. That sounds. Ow.
There's no such thing as flanking, right?
No, I'm not using the flanking rules, so yeah, you're quite lucky at the moment. This one, he starts to sort of flap his wings and his head moves from side to side as he's looking at a way of sort of flapping over. It looks like he might be able to just squeeze over, but he doesn't do it this turn. Alwyn.
All right, this one looks like he's in need of more arrows. And I hit it.
And it goes down. Okay, you hit it straight through the eye and it collapses in a pile of leather and blood.
Yay!
First blood to the silver sashes.
Ooh, I'm helping.
Okay. So, I wanna use Phantasmal Force on number 4. Let's see if he fails.
He does.
He does. I make an image of Nana Pupu behind him.
Okay, 1 second. That's it, brilliant. Okay, so you've got a Nana Poo Poo there. Excellent.
She's offering him tea.
I want to see his reaction.
Oh,
She also scratches him.
he spins round. Ow. He spins round and sort of gets his claws. He looks like he's going to attack her.
Okay, so they're not terrified of her. That's something.
Okay.
Remember, Xanax, you have advantage.
Oh yeah. Well, I hit anyway, so that's okay.
You might get a crit though, so it's perhaps worth rolling the other one.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, oh well.
Double roll.
Crunch. Warhammer
And
slaps one.
that's it.
Slashing at air. Great.
They're huge. How can you miss?
Maybe Mac is claustrophobic, not unlike someone who grew up in a mountain home.
Xander, you're up again.
I'm gonna take a chance and run over to this pterodactyl and try to stab him.
Okay. Decent hit.
I'll also bless Mac with Bardic Inspiration.
Good idea. He's not happy about that. You just hit him. He spins round and tries to bite you.
Okay.
Okay.
His razor sharp teeth cut into your arm.
Tis but a scratch.
His claw whistles past your ear. Ooh, and the other claw just catches you right in the armpit.
Not my armpit, my one weakness.
You need healing?
No, I'm good so far.
Okay. I'm gonna attack with my Warhammer again. Damn it. And that's it.
Mac looks angry, hits. Oof. Big hit with the axe. Oh, sadly, the other one just misses it.
You can use the Bardic Influence.
Yes, I can. Thank you.
So you need AC 12 to hit it. So you are sort of 3. Need an extra 3 on that attack to turn it into a hit. So I think it's an extra D4 you get. Oh, I don't know what.
An extra D6.
Okay. So
D6, okay.
roll a D6. You need 3 or more.
50-50.
Yay.
Okay, and
Actually, 60-40.
then the inspiration expires, I believe, doesn't it? It's just one use.
Yes.
Okay, so remove that, but the classy bagpipe playing inspires you, Mac, and that that blow hits it, so roll some more damage on him.
It doesn't have to be music, it can be inspiring words. And I said, "You can do it!" And he did it. And now it's done.
It's a hate against your bagpipes that drives me.
I can be a life coach.
Over the top of the other one, another terrafolk flies over and lands behind you. He came from round the corner. Misses Matt with a bite.
Thanks for landing right next to me. Attack him! Attack him with advantage!
Hey,
Catches Xanax with the floor.
I'm going to use my Wrath of the Storm. When a creature within 5 feet of me hits me with an attack, I can use my reaction to make it roll a dexterity save throw, and he takes 2d8 lightning or thunder damage.
Fantastic. Okay, yeah. See if you can. I think you should be able to trigger that yourself, can you? Oh, he passed, I'm afraid.
Damn. So he takes half damage.
Okay, it should work it out itself. So if you drop the damage on it, it should halve it, hopefully. Okay, well, Thor is on your side, and even though it takes half damage, it does do something. Thunder echoes around the cave. A bald terrafolk flies over the top and lands. It looks like it's heading towards Alwyn at the back. And sure go, Alwyn.
Alright, I'll attack the one straight in front of me.
The others have hail, that this one is bald.
No. I've got that. It just adds random things on the end, so it's
Because
particularly.
if they have hair, I would understand what Nanapubu wants them.
Oh yes.
They're a folk pattern baldness. Alright, turn passed.
Another terrafolk flies around from the corner of the cave, landing in between everybody there, and attacks you. I'm getting. Oh, don't know why he's got that. He got an advantage against you there. Why did he get advantage?
Reckless attack.
But reckless attack, yeah.
Ah, fair enough. Okay, he managed to catch you with a bite. I'm going to be even about this. He tries to claw Xanax with the other blow. Oh, sorry, Xanax. Twice I've done that on you. Oh, no,
The first one was on me.
oh, that's alright. At least I'm spreading them out for you. And finally, the last claw on Xander. There's a miss.
I'm going to use my Wrath of the Storm on him as well.
He definitely succeeds, but...
Damn.
Oh, is it a
Too
reaction,
intelligent.
that Wrath of the Storm?
Okay, it's a reaction for whenever I get melee attack within 5 feet, and I can use it equal number of times to my Wisdom modifier.
Oh,
which is
okay, yeah. I was just thinking, because you only usually get one reaction there, but that's awesome. Nice one. Mac, you get an attack of opportunity against Terrafolk number 4 as it flies over the
Wait,
top
what
of you.
about Nanapupu?
Oh, Nanapupu gets an attack of opportunity, I guess. Too.
So he runs away from her and attacks us?
Yeah, alright, he'll turn around and attack Nanapupu. I did kind of forget about it, sorry. Okay, so does it does basically interacting with a phantasm spell it?
It just doesn't exist. He only thinks it exists. There's nothing there.
I think, though, doesn't some interaction or something mean that he realises it's an illusion or something on sound?
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Is it
The target can use its action to examine the phantasm with an intelligence investigation check against your spell save DC. If the check succeeds, the target realizes the phantom is an illusion, and the spell ends.
Okay, so I'm guessing as it's attacking it, he's essentially examining it, I suppose, because his fingers are going to go straight through it, his claws through it. So I'll give him a investigation check. It's not his strong point. It's not the thing he's best at. Oh dear, I bet that's done it, hasn't it?
Yeah, the DC is 12.
Okay, so he'll use his action doing that, but then he realises that it's an illusion. So he moves over to there, and Mackie can have an attack of opportunity against him. Sorry about that. I wasn't expecting pass. They're not very bright.
It's okay.
We're surrounded.
Does the I still get advantage when after? When I perform the reckless attack?
I think attacks of opportunity are usually just base attacks. I don't think
Yeah,
you
but
get
9 plus 3 also hits, right? DC 12.
DC 12, yeah.
So either way it hits.
Yeah, it's a hit, yeah. Cool.
Oof.
Two crits, I'm sorry.
That's a lot of 20s.
Sorry. Oh, that one's a bad one though.
These dice are loaded.
There's also no
just goes there.
sounds apparently.
Alright, this one
Oh, it
looks
goes.
like it seems to be in a queue, and I've overrun by about 10 minutes. Sorry about that. So we'll call it quits, and we'll start with round 5 at the beginning of next week. No, 2 weeks time.
Indeed.
Hey.
Thank you for running.
Thank you for playing.
This
fun.
went downhill fast.
You'll be fine.
Or Underhill.
No.
They're just birds.
Okay, well, thanks for running.
Yes, thank you so much for running, and I hope to see you in 2 weeks.
Well
Yeah, it
done.
was fun.
Guys.
Take care, everyone. See you soon.
Just as a reminder, I won't be there on the 21st of July.